Remember, keep it at 15, 20 minutes. Your next guest is on the way. He's already here.
Bam. All right. What's up? What's up? What's poppin'? Welcome to another edition of the Blowing Bubbles podcast. We have a very special guest in the house today. Her name is Jemilla the Jeweler. Welcome, Jemilla.
Thank you so much for having me, sis.
You're welcome. How you doing? You looking amazing.
Thank you so much.
Oh my goodness. I hope you brought changes because I need that. I need you to leave that.
Kimono style, crisp and white for the summer.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about yourself. I hear you an OH girl.
Yes, originally from Dayton, Ohio.
Okay, I'm from Youngstown.
Okay, Ohio's in the building. Youngstown, I can't hang out there though. Youngstown, like Dayton's rough, but Youngstown, yeah. People don't know.
Yes,
I escaped. Yes.
So, shout out to Youngstown. I love my hometown. Yeah, it's home.
Eventually, all of us are gonna be ATLian.
How about that? So, how long you been here?
August will be 2 years.
Okay. You still getting you used to the traffic yet?
You know, it's not too bad for me because I moved close to where I work. So I am a public school teacher, and I work and live in Fairburn. So my school was 10 minutes away. So yeah.
Beautiful. Now tell me about your journey in the jewelry business. How did you get started in being into jewelry?
Actually, it's through my mother. My mother is an immigrant. She came here 2 months before I was born. 1981, not changing my age. And she's from Eritrea. And you know, a lot of immigrants, they do some kind of hustle when they get here because when you're already an adult, when you get here, you don't have time to, let me go to college and do this and this. So one of the things she started doing was selling things at the festivals. And then it first was food, and then it was, like the oils. And then one of the people in her community told her, hey, might want to think about jewelry. So one thing led to the other. She did very well. Okay, 6 figures. So that went into, ma'am, a convenience store. So anybody that's from Dayton, you already know about Delphus Carryout on 3rd and Delphus. Okay, that's my family back in the day. And she's done all kind of different things. She's owned the clinic, she flips houses. And so I saw how selling jewelry was like the basis of her success. So myself, I had my hands in so many different things in addition to being a public school teacher. Once I got here to Atlanta, I'm gonna be honest, I was partying the first year and my mom was like, you party way too much and that's just not gonna work. And I was like, well, what should I be doing? And I just got to the point where I learned that if I wasn't making money, I was spending money. So she basically said, look, I'm gonna give you a portion of my inventory because I'm not, doing jewelry anymore. Go to Atlanta and see what you can do with it. And I've been doing it for a year and I love it.
Nice. So only a year. How much of a dent have you made in this market here?
Okay, well, I must be doing okay because I'm with you right now. So, period. Hanging out with Carisha the Diva, and this is actually my second podcast for today.
So yeah, I was so you were on a roll.
A lot of roll, yes.
Okay.
So there's a lot of headway to be made. I'm still new. I am still a baby.
Okay.
So I've been meeting a lot of people, networking, occupying multiple spaces, and just moving around.
Awesome. That's a good thing. In Atlanta, what I've learned is it's not even what you know as much as who you know. So yeah, you linked up with the right one and Carisha. I love it. Shout out to Carisha the Diva. Let me tell y'all something. That's one of the hardest working people I've ever encountered. And I know I work hard. So yeah, shout out to her. She's making waves in the industry. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you your bubbles.
Yay.
Some people give flowers. I give people flowers, but bubbles is one of my ways.
Bubbles make me happy.
I say it all the time. You cannot blow bubbles and be mad at the same time.
Exactly.
It's part of why I started doing this. It has a definite meaning behind blowing bubbles. It's not just, something cute.
Yeah.
Now, tell me about, being a first generation African American. What kind of influence has your background played on your drive?
Oh, you see people doing different things, putting their hands in different things and figuring it out. I think that the immigrant hustle is definitely a hustle to observe and learn from, that we could all learn from. It's definitely good to stay in your culture. We actually just made history. There's a really important cycling event called Tour de France. And this week, the first Black man has won it. And that black man is an Eritrean. His name is Binyam Girmay. Yep. So very proud of that. Very proud that it was a Eritrean to do some international Black history this week. Yeah.
Wonderful. And for those of you who don't know about Eritrea, the way that I tell people, it's right next to Ethiopia. And so it's an East African country. I had a really good friend. I used to live in Las Vegas, and the African population out there is really strong. And I'm the godmom to their baby, but her mother was Eritrean and her father was Ethiopian. And they came here to America. So I know a little bit about it. Most people, like, when they're from there, they're like, oh, you know. Yes, I actually do know. So study up. Africa is more than South Africa and Ghana. And
you gotta
Nigeria.
go. You gotta go.
Yeah.
I was just in Gambia 3 summers ago, and it was amazing.
My aunt has a compound there. She keeps telling me to come to Gambia with her.
I probably know her. I was probably hanging out with her. Okay. So I was hanging out with a lot of the Americans that moved over there. When Black people move to Africa, it's called repatriation.
Mm-hmm.
And so over there, they have cafes and hotels, and they're building apartment complexes, and they're just doing really well, living their best life.
Yes, that's one of the things that I had ventured into. But I was in Ghana doing that. I'm a real estate broker here. So I was like, well, let me see what it does on the other side of the world. So yes, I'm one of those people.
Nice.
Now, you have some pieces here.
I do.
I would love to, show us your pieces and tell us what these, do they mean anything specific to you? Do they have any significance at all? Just talk about it.
Yes. So originally I was doing the handcrafted, I was selling jewelry that I made, and then I decided to step into more of the glam bam. So I do sell premium crystal and high grade cubic zirconia. So today, some of the things that I brought was basically something that would be considered formal. However, you could also wear with jeans and a t-shirt if you choose. Okay, this is the necklace. I have the best prices in Atlanta, I promise you.
Awesome.
So this is a white background. Hopefully you can see it a little more.
Man, look, so let me help y'all see this on this brown skin.
Right now, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah.
Damn. You see what this is doing?
That makes sense.
I love that. That is beautiful. It's substantial, but it's also still dainty and light. It's lightweight to touch.
Yeah,
sure.
And I also specialize in bangles, so bracelets that are set, multiple bracelets.
Beautiful. And I see a butterfly on that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as women, we're never too old to dress up our hair as well. So I also try to introduce women into wearing fun hair accessories. It's not just for the little girls.
Absolutely. I will never grow up. I don't care how. I have 5 grandbabies. I will never grow up. Ever. I am always going to be a child at heart, but I'm a full grown woman. Don't get it twisted. Lovely. And I'll have to make the connection if you're interested. My sister owns a formal wear store.
Oh, listen.
So
she can be my new best friend.
Damn. This is what we do.
Yes.
We are connecting the dots. Yes. Oh my goodness. Now, what kind of price point would this set go for? Is it sold as a set or separately? Okay.
This is definitely sold as a set. You wouldn't believe, sis, like how much do you think you would pay for this at a typical place?
I don't know. It looked like it probably have at least 3 numbers on it.
Would you believe that you could get this set for $15?
Stop the madness, I say.
Yes.
Okay, so
the necklace and the earrings, and it's still high quality. I pride myself in being affordable for my customers.
This one is coming home with me. So listen, y'all gonna have to hit sis up and find something else in the collection because I just got this one. Okay, that one's coming home.
Yes, definitely check out my Instagram. And I will be at your local cafes doing the bling and brunch. I will be at your local theaters doing the jazz and jewels. Nice. I will be at your local festivals. I really think it's important for all women to have access to glamour. Okay.
Absolutely.
Money shouldn't be the roadblock.
Right.
To looking your best and feeling your best. And you know how looking your best relates to mental health. We just left Mental Health Month. That was in May. And I pride myself in being a part of that movement to help women feel better.
Wonderful. Now you are a school teacher. What grades do you teach?
I was teaching middle school, but now I'm going to be in the high school.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And that's a wonderful part of a person's life is that impact that you have. Tell me about what is your desire from an impact standpoint to have on these children's lives that you touch?
hmm My goal is to let them know that they can achieve anything and to be creative, think outside the box. Of course, Atlanta is perfect for that, and know that there's no task that's too difficult for you. So, for example, many moons ago, when I worked in the corporate world, you would see some of these job descriptions that seemed a little over your head, like, oh, I'm not qualified to do this, not qualified to do that. But then once I started moving around the company, I learned that those descriptions were put together to discourage people.
100%.
Yeah. And there's ways that people can be marginalized. So I just need for my students to understand that there's no need to be intimidated about anything.
I have that testimony. When I first moved to Georgia, my first job, the job description asked for a master's degree. I didn't finish college. I got the job.
Okay. You see?
Yeah. Not even an associate's, baby. And I was the unicorn. I had the life experience.
Okay.
I'm a carpenter by trade, and I had a quality construction background as well. And they needed someone in the building trades division. And I got promoted in 4 months, my first 4 months. So yeah, never be discouraged. That's a very, very big gem. Don't pay attention to that job description. That's just the high end. I say what's for me is for me.
Exactly.
I love it. And how can people find you, follow you, and support you? I want to make sure we clearly state that.
The best way is to follow my Instagram. So it's Jemillas_Jewels. That's spelled JEMILLAS _JEWELS.
Awesome. And any final words that you would like to leave with people before we wrap?
I say follow your dreams and don't worry about what makes money right now. Go ahead and put yourself out there and good things will come.
Perfect. Thank you all so much for tuning in to this episode of the Blowing Bubbles podcast. I do have to remind you, we just launched the book Residue, Growing from Crush to Crushing It. Make sure you go to Amazon and type in my name, Karonna Hosey, KARONNAHOSEY. Thank you so much. If you're ready for that transformation in your life, this is it. I don't just tell my story, I help you clean up yours. Stay popping.